this video, police violated this man's right and he ended up getting $8 million as a result. At the end of the video, I'll explain why this man won his lawsuit against the police.
The complaint is about a man who allegedly stole a bike from a porch on Harriet Street. About 5 minutes into the video, you see Edmonds confront Jim Rogers.
SLU on the back, gray sweatpants with the blue baseball cap.
Alright, I'm out with that mail now.
I didn't do
Why'd
that.
you take the bike? Why were you taking the bike? I'm out with that mail
I thought somebody was giving it away.
How would you think that? Be quiet. How would you think that if you're going on somebody's porch?
Well, I didn't take nothing away. I didn't take it from. I didn't take it from him.
Okay, but did you go on someone's porch?
No, I didn't take it away. I didn't take nothing.
I didn't ask you that. I said, did you go on someone's porch?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. I didn't.
You got ID?
No.
Put your hands up. Just put your get your hands out your pocket. If you stick your hands in your pockets again, I'm gonna take you to the ground. You understand that?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Just for officer safety. Right now, I just want to make sure you don't have any weapons. Okay?
Yes, sir. Okay. I have no weapon.
Don't do anything stupid.
I have no weapon.
File 31. I'm at Harriet and West Penn Place right now with this mail.
File 31. I'm at Harriet and West Penn Place right now with this mail.
Your code status?
I'll be code 4 for now.
Weapons, sir.
Any needles?
That's copy.
No needles, no drugs, no
I asked you if you had any needles. That's all I'm worried about.
Oh, no, sir. No needles.
This your wallet?
Where?
All right, you're about to go in cuffs. Keep your hands up. That's the last time I'm gonna say it. Is this your wallet or not?
No, that's there.
Excuse me.
Okay. Oh, yes, that's not my.
What did I say? Do it now.
I'm heading there.
Man, mind your business.
I'm not
Copy.
doing anything.
Turn around. Put your hands on your back. You're now under arrest.
So in the video, you see police approach a person named Jim Rogers, who they suspected of potentially stealing a bike, and they questioned him. And as a result of the questioning and the excessive force used, Jim Rogers actually passed away. He passed away, and there was an $8 million lawsuit filed, which resulted in his estate getting $8 million. Why did this happen? First of all, when they approached Jim Rogers, a police officer was asking Mr. Rogers if he had stolen a bike or been on neighbor's property. Jim Rogers explained that he had seen a bike and he thought it was simply being given away, but he did not take it. So for a police officer to even stop him or to ask him any questions, they have to have what's called reasonable articulable suspicion. What is that? It means that they suspect a crime has been committed and they're able to articulate, they're able to express in words, presumably, what crime that is. So in this case, obviously, they suspected that a bike was about to be stolen, and they got a phone call from the homeowner about that. At that point, it's not exactly clear what crime has been committed, and I'll tell you why. Because of the fact that several people, at least from your experience and even mine, several people typically will leave items of their furniture outside for people who walk by to pick up. So if anybody simply looks at something that's out on a porch, it doesn't necessarily mean, and I'm talking about the legal perspective, it doesn't necessarily mean that a crime has been committed. However, given that there was a call, the police could investigate that. Now, here's where things turn somewhat inappropriate, which is that when the police officer is talking to Jim Rogers, at that point, rather than simply continue to investigate, he starts to use force against him. And not only does he do that, but he pushes him to the floor. I believe that there are several other officers that come to the scene, and in the intervening period, a taser is used. A taser is used several times. Why is that important? It's important because when you look at the totality of circumstances, the fact that Jim Rogers was complying up until that point. He had not fled, he had not shown any aggression. So, it was not clear if it was the right thing to do to escalate the situation by putting him on the floor and using a taser. In addition to that, the police code on tasers specifically spells out what should be done in that instance. It states word for word, verbatim, that if the officer observes any objective sign indicating that the subject requires immediate medical treatment following exposure to the discharge of the taser, an EMS unit shall be summoned to the scene immediately. So, when you tase an individual as a police officer in Pittsburgh where this occurred, and there's an indication that as a result of the taser, a medical intervention is required, the police officer should have called an ambulance right away. Not only that, when Jim Jordan is then put inside the back of the police car, rather than have him put inside the back of an ambulance or put inside hospital, you can see the distress, and you can see that he's ill and he's not cognizant. He doesn't have his faculties about him. So therefore they should have also known at that point that he should have sought medical attention immediately. Not only that, so those are two instances I've told you. An additional point is that given the age of Jim Jordan, who was quite advanced, as you can see, this is an old man and his physical stature is not imposing, and in addition to that, he is also homeless too. So given all of that put together, he should certainly not have been subject to the taser, because as you well know, older people are fragile and it could lead to health complications, which it did in this case. Now, the criminal code of Pittsburgh, section 508, specifies the appropriate use of force by police officers, and the wording of the statutes says a peace officer or any person whom he has summoned or directed to assist him need not retreat or desist from efforts to make lawful arrest. So that means that if a police officer wants to arrest a person, they can go ahead and they don't have a duty to retreat from danger. And it states that he is justified in the use of any force which he believes to be necessary to effect the arrest, and of any force which he believes to be necessary to defend himself or another from bodily harm while making the arrest. However, he is only justified in using deadly force only when he believes that such force is necessary to prevent a person being deleted, let me say it that way for the YouTube algorithm, or serious bodily injury to himself or another person. Obviously, that was not the case in this instance, so the level of force could definitely be considered excessive, and judging from the fact that the lawsuit gave $8 million to the family, to the estate of Jim Rogers, it's clear that the parties, which are the police officer and the families, agreed on the fact that excessive force was used. And in fact, 5 police officers who took part in this incident were actually disciplined, with many losing their jobs too. Make sure to like the video, comment and subscribe.